how to get more predictable appointments each month and every month thereafter so that you can have stress-free nights without having to hire or be held hostage by a digital marketeer. So let's see how. This is what we call the O of the iCanDOur digital marketing practice framework, because practice makes something. Now, this week, what we're doing in the webinar, in the full workshop, which is available to you, I'm going to share with you in a few short minutes, the link below to the full training. So this is module number 6. This is the one about the O, the letter O of the iCanDOur framework, which is all about opportunities. And we always start off with our agenda each week with one, and in this particular case, 2 quotes. They're from people that have said these things about the incredible opportunities available to us. Now, this is a quote from Stephen Atchison. Opportunities are often missed when we focus on our problems. Now, look at this one. This is from one of the latest customers to sign up for the iCanDOur digital marketing practice framework. And this is an electronic musician, businessman, and entrepreneur, and an owner of a telecommunications company who would like, so in other words, a telecommunications coach, a VoIP coach, so a voice over IP coach. And this is what he said to me. He said, opportunities are everywhere, Paul. You just have to be willing to bend down and pick them up. That's him, that's his name. His full name is Lehosław Gawronski, and he is the CEO of Oxcall, and he provides clear telco communication solutions for the UK and ERA. ERA, for all of you customers that are from North America, this is the Irish word for Ireland. We were just trying to put it down into simpler letters. Okay, so what we're trying to do now here is we're trying to go through, this was one of the Facebook ad campaigns there that we ran. And in the full version of the training, we're going through this in much more detail. What we go through here is the fastest strategies that are working for us right now, today, this month, in this particular quarter, in the Q3 of 2022. And what we're talking about now is the fastest strategy to find new clients with digital marketing. And we're going through the 5 best tips for positioning your coaching business to Google page 1. You see, we work in the niche of coaches, of business coaches, transformational coaches, relationship coaches, life coaches, etc. And what we're trying to show them is, you see, our magic number is 9. 9 clients for our Done For You course each and every month. And what I want to do is I want to show you through this online masterclass how you can get to 9 to 18 to 27 to 36, whatever you want, predictable appointments each month by following this simple, straightforward framework. At the bottom in the right, you can see there, this is an advertisement from one of our clients. His name is Jeff Gosling. He's an action coach from London. And what we did was we built out for him a marketing campaign. He was one of the first people inside the funnel, along with some of his colleagues. So it was very, very nice to work with them. And what we do is we relate this all to them and to the examples that we have done for them in the past. Okay, so this is where we are now. This is our, what we call our product value work map, roadmap. And as you've seen there, we're now on the one that is being circled, and this is step 6. So we've been all the way through the roadmap stage where we built out the plan, the blueprint, the framework, if you will. We've shown you how to invite your customers, your prospective new clients, to come onto a semi-automated. Remember, it's semi-automated because nobody wants to actually get rid of the coach themselves, or in my case, the digital marketeer. So there still definitely is a need for us. Then the next thing that we do is we captivate, we capture their attention through a series of landing pages that are designed in a specific way. Then the next thing that we do is we go out and we ask them, we survey them, we offer them a questionnaire, a quiz, if you want, where we're asking and asking and asking specific questions to put them into specific categories. Then the next thing that we do is we nurture those nuanced niches, or niches if you're living in the North America. So niches or niches. It is actually niches because it's a French word. And then what we do next is we deliver the asset, the free gift, the lead magnet, the cheat sheet, the ebook, call it what you will there, but we're delivering something to them of value. Then the next thing that we're going to do is now in today's lesson, we're going to show you how to ascend that ladder of opportunity. How we're going to put opportunities in front of these people time and time and time again. So it doesn't really matter which social channels that your ideal targeted audience, that your ideal avatar is hanging out on. We will be able to get them through the use of a compelling short video. So this is the summary. This is what we always do. We always do a recap to show you where we are, where we're up to at this point. So this is me and this is my vision. You see, the reason that I have this iCanDOur digital marketing practice is because I want to play full out with coaches. I want to play with leaders. I want to team up with these A players, the people, in other words, who are on top of their game. And to me, somebody that is a coach and a leader is somebody who plays at a higher role, operates at a higher level, serves a higher purpose, and achieves a significantly higher income. And you see, this is what I'm all about. And the vision that I have is to unite hundreds, thousands, and yes, one day even yes, millions of coaches throughout the world. I want to create a fully accountable community where they are accountable to me and I am accountable to them. And I want to bring them all together and I want to guide them step by step to capturing this online video message of themselves and their passion and the blind spots that they solve better, faster, and with more empathy than their competitors, so that we can unite and we can pool our resources together. And you see, this is the question that I asked to you. This is my vision. Now, what I'm asking you is, what is yours? Because you see, ultimately, this is all about the secret to reducing the buying cycle. As that latest customer there, young Lehosław, asked me, he said there, what is the secret to reducing the buying cycle? Because at the moment in his telco business, they're talking about a 3 or a 4 or perhaps even more stage buying cycle where their operators, their representatives, their sales development representatives, their SDRs, in other words, what they're doing is they're involved sometimes in a very lengthy, in a very protracted way. They're of having to deal with the customer, having to answer their questions, having to answer their questions, and having to answer their questions again before perhaps, maybe they might become actual paying customers. And that's a very long buying process. And that's a very expensive process if you've got all of these SDRs sitting there having to field all of these calls and having to ask and ask and ask and answer and answer and answer. There is a better way. Trust me, there is a better way. Watch on, because if you believe in this, then this is one of the most important videos you're ever going to watch. And here is why. Because you see there, this is all broken down into 3 stages. Now, this is stage number 1. And stage number 1 is the attraction phase. Stage number 1 is where we go out there and imagine the fisherman who has baited his hook. And he's trying to welcome the fish onto his line so that he can capture them and he can eat them. Yeah. So what we're trying to do now is we're not trying to eat any customers or any prospective customers, because that is illegal. And we would never, ever do that. We would never even think about doing that. But what we are trying to do is we're trying to welcome them. We're trying to open our doors, open our factory doors, and we're trying to welcome them in, to invite them. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to captivate their attention. Just like, for example, whenever you go to the cinema, when you go to the movie theaters, what happens? You're subjected to a little bit of a blurb. Whenever you're going there with your nearest and dearest or your friends or your family, they're suckered in by those little captivating statements that appear under the poster, for example, of Star Wars or The Empire Strikes Back, where you have been given a tiny little blurb which will capture your attention and which will show you then, for example, the benefits, the emotional benefits that you're going to get out of if you pay your few dollars to get inside the movie theater, to the cinema. Okay. And then what we do is we do this all, you see, in our framework through a landing page. Now, the landing page is developed in a very specific way. It adheres to 6 points. And the first one is what we call the captivating one-liner. This is the single most important point of copy. And if you're one of my done-for-you customers, then what you will do is you will receive an invitation at the end of this for the one-liner workshop, for the one-liner captivating workshop. Now then, what have you got underneath this? You've got another video, which is also repeating your one-liner. And if you come to the full training over on the funnel, then what you will see is you will see that we have got this explained in much more detail. Underneath this, we've got a call to action. And the call to action in this case is to the quiz questions, where we're asking them, we're surveying them, and we're asking for their opinions, their challenges, their struggles, their blind spots, whatever they're particularly suffering from. Because whatever pain point it is that they're suffering from, can you imagine if they come across a landing page where you are proposing to them a solution to their aches and pains and problems and challenges, then what do you think they're going to do? I think the answer is very clear. Underneath this, we've got some sort of testimonial reviews. And what I recommend is 2 or 3 maximum little tiny testimonial reviews with the appropriate sound bites. Now, I recommend video testimonial reviews, but again, we go through this in the training. Then under this, we have got the footer, the company footer, where you're going to have things like your terms and conditions, your earnings disclaimer, your privacy policy, your contact us. And last, now note this goes into the last position, because unless you are a household name like Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Warner Brothers or Netflix or something like that, they do not know you from Adam. They do not know their ox calls from their Spark early years, from their Sparkly Hippos, from their me retreats. They do not know your brand name yet. They want to know, first and foremost, what is the problem that you are solving and what is in it for them. That's what they want to know. So please put your logo last on the page for SEO purposes. We'll explain that more in the full training. Now, you see, this is what we're trying to do. And at the end stage, what we also do is we go through the knowing your number. It's a very, very fun exercise. It's one of my favorite lessons, and it's one of the students' favorite lessons, where we go through and we try to find out your number. And this is where we try to poke tongue-in-cheek, a little bit of fun at this. And what we're saying is 5 out of 4 marketeers admit that they're bad at math, especially myself. Math is not an exact science. And then what we try to do is we try to deliver them a free asset, a free gift. And in my case, what I do is I let them to download the roadmap, the iCanDOur roadmap. And I even offer them a bit of free help, free advice there, which will help them in order so that they can fill out their roadmap for themselves and for their coaching business, for your coaching business. And there, it really shows you, the fastest way to plan your online coaching business so that you can start booking clients immediately. Now, look at the coloring of that and look at the symbiosis there, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to take them from the wonderful world of social media and the social media ads in particular, so that they will come over there and they will see a similar color scheme with the similar graphics, with the similar pictures, with the similar messages, and then that will force them to make the click, the all-important click. So you see there, what we're doing now is we're taking them across this bridge. So we have hooked them. In other words, we have captured their attention. Now what we're going to do is we're going to ask them questions. Ask, and then ask again. Then we're going to put them through what we call a nurturing email sequence. And then we're going to deliver this asset. For example, the asset there that I've just shown you, my free ebook, it might be a cheat sheet, it might be a video, it might be a video training series, it might be something else. Okay. but this is what we're going to do, because this is the all-important stage 2, where you are acting like a coaching physician, if you want. And then what you're doing is you are delivering there are these details for them. Okay. Then stage 3, this is the all-important, where you, again, like a physician, if you want, a coaching physician, are showing them the opportunities. And this is the stage that we're now at. This is where you're presenting them with your unique, compelling offer. And this is very, very important. So the secrets. Now, what are the secrets? This is what we call a Venn diagram. I don't know if you remember this, but this is something there that we covered in school, in my case, a million years ago, when the dinosaurs were roaming the earth and the grassy plains all over the world. And this is whenever I learned this. But from memory, you see there were 3 circles that intersected with one another. And you see, I put these all down to the 3 phases that we've just gone through, where we are trying to attract, stage number 1, where we are trying to diagnose, stage number 2, and then we are trying to prescribe, stage number 3. Okay. And you see, the stage number 1 is all about landing clients, as I write on the notepad on the left-hand side. So we're trying to land the clients at this stage. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to deliver results. Now, how do we deliver results? We deliver results by all of those red writing in the outer circles, in the outer part of the circles, all the way around, from roadmap to inviting the prospects to captivating their attention through clarity and delivering value. And then we go through ask, 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 and ask again, the all-important ask phase, very, very important. Then we nurture them through this email campaign. Then we deliver the asset, and we make sure there that we continue to deliver them value. Through emails, through videos, through these handy little videos that I'm about to propose to you very shortly. Then what we do is we understand them exactly. After that, we show them, we teach them the risk reversal process, aka the guarantee. And finally, we show them the all-important results rule period. Okay, this is very, very, very important. And now what happens? Now, Catherine there, you will know this because Catherine is a lady there. She runs the Spark Early Years program for the preschoolers. And Catherine knows all about this because Catherine has already attended quite a number of these coaching sessions with some of my coaching clients. And Catherine knows what comes next, don't you, Catherine? And what it's all about now is, you see, you're trying to work out where are the intersections between those circles. So I believe there, whenever you start to attract, whenever you start to prescribe, then you start to make an impact. Whenever you diagnose a person's problem and prescribe them a solution, you're offering them freedom. In other words, that migraine headache that is going on inside their heads at this very moment, if you're out there sort of saying, hey, and you've got a billboard saying, I've got a solution to your problem, it's the equivalent of Advil, would you like to take one? Then they're going to say, hell yes, I'm very interested. And the intersection point between attract and diagnose is all about money, because then you're presenting them the offer, your offer. Okay. And this is where it's all starting to make perfect sense. Perfect sense. Now, we did run this workshop many moons ago before, and I don't know if you, Catherine, were able to attend this one, but this is the where something happened. Something went, let's say, inexplicably wrong. And what happened was we actually ended up pointing them to a recorded version of a different workshop. And we were communicating with people on Slack and on WhatsApp and on text messages and SMS. And some of the people were and they were asking, let's say, some very strange questions. And we were thinking, well, we're teaching you a marketing workshop all about opportunities. And I could see that there were a few people in the room. I think maybe you were there, Catherine. There was Nihao, there was Angela, and maybe there were one other people. But all of the people who said that they attended this workshop, that they would attend this workshop, let's say quite a large percentage of them, the percentage of the people who actually decided to turn up and to sacrifice their valuable time, they did get value from this, but they got value from a completely different workshop, So I hope that you actually managed to see the real thing, because what happens next, you see, because now what we have done is we have landed the clients, we have delivered them some preliminary results, some sort of like amuse-bouche or taste testers, if you want. And then now what we're trying to do is we're trying to retain these people long term, because all of the customers there that I have found, my main mission, my main aim, my main goal is to retain these people, these wonderful, ambitious, fast-paced coaches, for as long as is physically and humanly possible. Okay? But now what happens in the intersection there? This is the question there that I've got for all of you. Now, you know the answer to this then, Catherine, but to the other people, the answer is scale. You get the opportunity to scale. So if you look back at what I call the opportunity switch, what you saw in the first slide, how to, so that it will result in, which results in, so that you will avoid this without having to do this, for example. Then if I were having to do this, again, this is what we call the opportunity switch framework. This is what we use for the titles of our webinars. How to do something. For example, if I were doing this for you, Corey, then what I will say is Corey is a relationship coach, and he's based in Albuquerque in New Mexico. And if I were doing this for you, Corey, what I would say is how to, for example, he does marriage guidance counseling, how to reconnect with your wife and ignite that first passion in your marriage once again, in your relationship once again, without having to go through painful counseling or wasting time talking and traveling to, like a marriage counselor that might be several miles away from wherever you're living. So this could be like a fantastic benefit. You can imagine that. So without having to do this, which results in you saving your marriage, which results in you saving your relationship. Can you imagine how beneficial that would be to somebody? So you see, if I were to rewrite now my opportunity switch headline, after having told you this, it might perhaps work like this. How to get 9, 18, 27, and 36. Remember, you see, my magic number is 9 there because I know my numbers. And my question is to you. And if you would like some help in that, please reach out and I will happily help you, my team and I. But it's all about getting these qualified appointments each month, which results in you scaling your business. Can you imagine how powerful this is if you are able to scale your business without doing the 80% of the fluff that everybody else is doing out there? The ones that are blogging their brains out, they're posting every day on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on TikTok, on Pinterest, on Quora, on you name it. They're posting, they're blogging their hearts out. They're doing everything there that everybody else is doing. And the only problem is, you see there, if you're doing everything that everybody else is doing, then you're going to keep getting the same results that you've always got, unfortunately. It's what the coaches call the Pareto principle, or the 80-20 rule. So if you stop doing the 80% of the fluff or the faff or whatever that you want to call this, that everybody else is doing, and if you start concentrating and focusing on the other 20%, the 20% that actually gets the results. Like one of my clients there, Jeff Gosling, makes a wonderful analogy with the leaves. For example, as we're entering in now to this season of the year, which the people over here in Europe call autumn, and the people in North America call the fall. I actually prefer the fall. It's much better, isn't it? It's much more onomatopoeic, where you're actually imagining the leaves falling from the trees. So the beautiful leaves there, they turn all of these different colors of orange and gold, and they start to fall from the trees. And if you've got a garden, you know how much of a pain in the bottom it is to have to gather up all of those leaves. And you see, Jeff Gosling makes a wonderful analogy with the leaves and what to do. And, you should really reach out and ask for that video because he explains it 1,000,000 times better than I do. But can you imagine now? Can you see how fast your coaching business would grow if you could get appointments from these 5 secrets that I'm about to reveal to you every single month of every single year? So you see, what I'm saying to you is, if you would like to accelerate your coaching business farther, which is not pronounced like father. One of these people were saying it's like a homophone this morning. It's not a farther than you ever thought possible. Then do yourself a favor and click on the link in the top of the comments below this box. So you're watching this video there on YouTube. And if you click on the link, now it's the link in the comments directly at the top. Just immediately underneath this in the comment section, there's a comment that has been pinned to the top. And inside that comment, there is a link. If you click on that link, then what it will do is it will take you over to the fuller version of this training, which will show you and which will highlight to you all of the secrets there that are available. Okay, so we look forward to seeing you in this fuller version of the video. And then for the other people, now what we're going to do now is we're going to switch over onto the system, and we're going to find out there all of these incredible secrets. Now, don't forget, if you want to see it on YouTube, please click on the link below. Okay, the link immediately at the top, and then this will take you directly over to that particular video on my landing page. Okay, right then. Okay,